World Cup 2025. For Ireland, the wait has been longer than most. They missed out in 2021, but arrive here ranked 5th in the world with high hopes. They face a Japan team who are World Cup regulars looking to bust out a pool play for the first time. Pool C action.
Actually, I'm very excited to witness 2 rugby matches this afternoon. It really is perfect weather conditions once again. We really have lucked out on the opening weekend of the tour.
Stuff, yeah, a bit humid as well here today as we have a look at Pool C, all getting their campaigns underway today. And it features the defending champions New Zealand, 6-time winners of the Rugby World Cup. Ireland, of course, who beat the Black Ferns last year and that famous win at the 2014 tournament. Spain is also back at a Rugby World Cup after missing out 3 years ago. And Japan playing at a 3rd straight tournament, their 6th overall. Have a look at the lineup.
Well, as he said, the Green Wave returns with 22 players making the Rugby World Cup debut. And it's a familiar sight for the front row with O'Dowd there in at tight head. And one of the stars of the Irish team, Linda Djougang, starts at tight head. And Neve Jones, the pocket rocket at hooker. No Dorothy Wall, ruled out from injury, opens the door for Ruth Campbell to make her number 4 her own. And Sam Manahan, Sammy Bill is back in green. No Aoife Wafer, as we've mentioned, but sees Brittany Hogan step into that anchor position at scrum. Fiona Tuite at 6 and co-captain Adele McMahon. Half-backs here will be key, especially the boot of Dannah O'Brien. Plays some great composure and she will line up alongside Riley. And in the centres, Eve Higgins is no stranger to the big stage, and she is alongside Ireland's Player of the Year, Aoife Dalton at 13. And the back three sees Olympic superstars. Amee-Leigh Costigan knows how to finish, and Parsons brings pace but a power game, and an all-rounder in Stacey Flood at fullback. And Scott Beibhinn does have Cliona Maloney to be able to call upon, the only player to have played in the Rugby World Cup in jersey number 16.
Wouldn't lead to an average number of caps of 22. That's significant experience for Japan, getting more and more internationals as well. Looking through their lineup too, and Sachiko Kato is the first ever Japanese player to have played in the PWR. She had a stint at Exeter and is at loose head prop. Kitano is at tight head. Asuko Koige is at hooker. There's 2 real leaders in the middle row. Teaming up in the locking department for Japan is Yuna Sato and Otsuka Yoshimura as well. And then to the back row with vast experience, Iroha Nagata captains Japan in what is her 3rd World Cup, joined in the loose by Kawamura, and the most capped player, the number 8, Seina Saito. Moi Sukui was just Japan's youngest ever debut on age 17 at the 2017 World Cup, the halfback now in her 3rd with Haruka at 10. The midfield features Tokyo 7's Olympians Haruka Hirotsu and Mana Furata as well, offering their experience to the lineup. And there's points aplenty that could come from this back line. Hope we get to see that flair, that extension. The back three, Imakugi, Matsumura and Nishimura. Off the bench for Japan, look out particularly too for the number 18 Nijiho Nagata, who's developed into a really strong tight head prop, having spent some time playing in New Zealand. Well, Ireland have lost a couple of key names in their forward pack over the course of this year, but they have welcomed one back too, and that is the co-captains Adele McMahon and Sam Monaghan, both back from injury to play in this team today. Eve Higgins, the absolute rock in midfield for the Irish, perhaps an unsung hero of their programs over the years. Real firepower out the back of the Irish side. Seina Saito at number 8 for Japan, their most capped ever international, has played experience in Super Rugby in New Zealand as well. Iroha Nagata captains them from 7 out the back line too. Look out for Ayasa Otsuka, the fly half. She comes from a family of rugby playmakers. She will guide this Japanese team around the park. Hope to get some of that flair going. Beibhinn from Ireland and Leslie McKenzie for Japan. Cliona Maloney McDonald, the only player in Ireland's squad who has ever played at a World Cup. By the Japanese inside the 22. Play that sunk glare. Oh shoot, it's time. Since 2017, and they are having a flex. 28-7. Ireland leading Japan at half-time at Franklin's Gardens. There are 4 very well-worked tries from the Irish to put some authority on the half, but Japan will go into the sheds knowing they have had plenty of opportunities themselves as well. It is Ireland in Pool C here in Northampton who lead Japan at 28. They are here to put others on notice. 42 points to 14. Ireland over Japan. Look at the meters made in the end too for Ireland.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it? And it's also the way that they can play as well. 7 offloads, just remarkable. And then
for the first match in Pool C, it is Ireland who will go to the top of the table. It's the opening game of it, of course. New Zealand and Spain still to play later today. New Zealand and Ireland will have eyes on each other for the end of the group when they take each other on later in the tournament. Great supporters here at the Irish side. This is the fixtures so far coming up today. We have another one here in Northampton, South Africa, and it'll be Brazil making their World Cup debut. Then it is to York, where the defending champions New Zealand open their campaign when they play Spain. To Rugby World Cup for the first time since 2017 with an emphatic performance. They've come here, the green wave is rolling. It's Ireland 42, Japan 14.